You ever take a photo that was almost perfect, but it's just a little too small or, a little too blurry to actually use? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if you could take that low-resolution memory and make it razor sharp with just a click? Well, today, let's dive into this amazing world where artificial intelligence is turning our pixelated pictures into pristine, high-resolution masterpieces.
So you find that one perfect image online, or maybe you dig up an old family photo from 10 years ago. It's the one. But then you zoom in, and it's a blocky, blurry mess. That's pixelation. And it's basically the digital wall we all hit when an image just doesn't have enough data to look good at a larger size. It's so frustrating, right? Well, that frustration is exactly what we're going to solve today.
Okay, so how do we fix this whole blurry problem? For decades, the only answer was to essentially stretch the photo. Think of it like pulling on a t-shirt until the design gets all distorted. But now we have a completely new way that doesn't just stretch, it creates. Let's break down this really fundamental shift from simply stretching pixels to actually creating them.
This right here shows the core difference. On the left, you've got the traditional methods, which are kind of like a simple calculator. They just look at the pixels around a gap and average their colors to fill it in. It's really just a mathematical guess. But on the right, AI isn't guessing, it's generating. It's been trained on millions of before and after photos, so it has learned what a sharp, high-res version of a specific texture or an edge or a detail is supposed to look like, and it creates it from scratch.
Think of the old way like stretching a small rubber band. As you pull it, the material gets thinner and whatever image is printed on it gets all distorted and fuzzy. That's what old software was doing, just stretching the existing pixels to cover a bigger area. And the result? A bigger, but totally disappointing, blurry, soft image that's lost all its sharpness.
Now compare that to the AI approach. Instead of stretching, I want you to imagine the AI as millions of tiny, hyper-fast artists. They analyze what's in your image, a face, a brick wall, a blade of grass, and then they paint in brand new photorealistic pixels to fill in all the gaps. They aren't just making the photo bigger, they're literally reconstructing it with genuine, new detail. The result is just so much sharper and clearer. It's a total game changer. And the best part is that this incredible technology isn't locked away in some research lab somewhere. It's available to everyone right now. So let's build your AI upscaling toolkit and find the right tool to put this power right in your hands.
Your options pretty much fall into two camps. First, you've got the quick and free online tools. These are absolutely perfect when you need a fast, easy fix without downloading any software. Then, on the other hand, you have professional desktop software. These are for when quality is everything. They give you way more control over the final result, which makes them ideal for photographers and designers.
So, how do you choose? Well, it's really all about the job. Need to quickly make a profile picture look better for social media? A free web tool like Enhance Image is perfect. It just runs in your browser, works on any computer. But if you're a photographer trying to print a large photo you shot on an older camera, you're going to want the power and control of paid software. Tools like Topaz Gigapixel AI are industry leaders for a reason. And Adobe Super Resolution is built right into Photoshop, making it a seamless part of a pro workflow on a more powerful machine. And don't be intimidated by this. Using most of these tools is incredibly simple. It's usually just a three-step dance. You upload your image, you pick how much bigger you want it, usually something like 2x or 4x the original size, and then you just hit download. The AI does all the heavy lifting in the background, and boom, you get a high-resolution file in seconds. It feels like magic.
But this new power brings up a really fascinating, thought-provoking problem. When an AI generates brand new pixels to enhance your photo, it raises a huge question. Who actually owns that new detail? And this isn't just a technical puzzle. It's a legal and philosophical one that courts are literally grappling with right now.
This single sentence from the U.S. Copyright Office is the bedrock of the entire debate. See, copyright is designed to protect and incentivize human creativity. A machine, no matter how smart it is, doesn't need that incentive. So the critical question becomes, how much human involvement is enough to claim you're the author? This brings us to a key legal principle, the human authorship requirement. U.S. courts have said over and over that for something to be copyrighted, a human has to be the one making the creative choices. So it doesn't matter if you're the one who uploaded the photo and clicked Enhance. If the AI is the one deciding what the new details look like, the texture of a feather, the little glint in an eye, then that part of the image isn't considered a product of human creativity. And here's the direct consequence of that rule. If a work is generated by AI, it can't be copyrighted in the U.S. It goes straight into the public domain. We actually saw this play out in the case of the graphic novel Zarya of the Dawn.
The author's text in the layouts, that was protected. But the Copyright Office denied protection for the individual images created by the AI Midjourney, which means they're free for anyone to use.
So, where does this leave us? Well, we're standing at the dawn of a completely new era for digital images. With AI, a photograph isn't a static capture of a moment anymore. It's more like a starting point, a collection of data that can be endlessly enhanced, reconstructed, and perfected.
And that brings us to our final question, something for you to think about. If a tiny, blurry photo from 20 years ago can be transformed into a crystal clear 4K image, what does the concept of original quality even mean anymore? We are fundamentally changing what a photograph is, blurring the line between capturing reality and creating it. What do you think comes next?